right, friends, we are back for day 4. We've got all of our new storage bins. Can't wait for this all to be organized. This is going to be super satisfying when I'm editing and seeing all of this become organized and not one big pile. It's already looking so much better. I do need to move the books out of the way because I want this whole cabinet to be math stuff. I'm gonna eventually have little bins that I have kind of like this one to store games by unit. That way I don't have to remake them every year, but I need a place to put them. But here's what we got so far. I have everything for time in here, like the little Judy clocks and then the little elapsed time cards. Then we have all the base 10 blocks, all the linking cubes, including the small ones. I left those in the round bins in there. Then we have colored tiles, extra rulers, everything for measurement. Here we have anything dominoes or dice related. Here we have little clear counters and then tangrams. I also over here have all of the flashcards organized. I have an idea for these, but I'm not sure how I want to execute it yet, so I'm just gonna think on it. But what I was planning on doing, these are like the student kits that go with our math curriculum. So I was thinking eventually I want to have some kind of system. Maybe that's how I'll organize this part over here, but I want to have some kind of like bin that is for each table that has all the different little math kits. Maybe something kind of like similar to this, but not this, so that each person at a table has a little kit that has everything that they could need. Like maybe there's dice in there, maybe there are base 10 blocks, maybe there are linking cubes. And then I would like to have one for reading also, but I just don't know how to organize it yet. But that way, like one person at each table could go grab the kit. They have everything they need and we don't have to waste time like trying to organize and pass out supplies. But that's gonna take a new level of organization for me that I don't have my brain wrapped around quite yet. So for now, these are just going here. Currently, these have little reward tickets in them. I will show those in another vlog. And then I just put extra whiteboards here for right now. But I think already it's looking better. I do need to move these books out of the way. So I need to get rid of all of these extra boxes. And then the 2 brown boxes are full of things that I'm donating. So I'm gonna go move those to my car. And then I think I'm gonna start packing up the books. Those are coming home with me to sort. I should have known this already because the teacher before me is amazing, but she left a lot of the books already organized in piles. Like I can see there's like seasonal stuff here. There's the beginning of the year section. So I don't want to take all these home and then mess them all up and be like, oh my gosh, I should have just left them. So I think I'm just gonna leave them like that for now. Behind some of those books were more book sets. So I saved the ones that I don't already have and then I donated some that I do already have. And then this cabinet down here is all like social studies stuff. I'm so excited. She has so many cool resources. Like, look at this paper. We're absolutely gonna use that this year. And there's a ton of stuff about all the different missions, Gold Rush, all the things. So I'm leaving those as is. And then I'm so excited to finally have a class set of By the Great Horn Spoon because we do that as a read aloud in 4th grade. And then Charlotte's Web is one of my favorite books to read with kids. I haven't read it with 4th grade, but with 3rd graders, I absolutely loved it. So I'm excited to have a class set of that as well. In the box is some science refill stuff for this next year. And then these are writing folders that I don't know what to do with yet. And then some random organizing stuff that I'm gonna have to figure out where I want to put it. And then this is a box of math manipulative shapes. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is move some of this furniture out of the way that I know I'm not gonna use and then kind of start figuring out a layout. Maybe I'll go check the other classroom to see if there are matching desks or student tables that I could get. All right, we're making progress. Here's what we've got so far as layout. I put the student cubbies over on the side. I feel like that'll be a good place out of the way. It's not by the door. They're not gonna be blocking anyone when they're getting stuff. I only have 3 of these star-shaped tables and I moved everything else out of the way. I was thinking, what if I put a small group table here? I'll put the teacher chair on the other side. And then this area will be open for whole group lessons. There will be the rug on that side and then all of the student tables here, which I think will leave a little space open for the nugget, possibly something else to go on the ground for flexible seating. Maybe the little table. The nugget could even go probably like right here after I move those chairs. That way it's up against the wall. And then I was thinking maybe I could do like a bulletin board here, a bulletin board here, and then student work here. I need to see if I can get more star-shaped tables. I don't know that I love having 5 in a group, but having to plan for such big classes, we can go up to 34 or 35. It's difficult to plan without knowing exactly how many students you're gonna have, and I would rather have 4 students at a table, but that just means so many tables. So I think this could work, because then with this layout, I would have to have 7. So there would just be 4 more tables. And now that I'm saying that, I don't know. Because I don't want them to be too close. I was like, oh, I could just push these together, but I don't want it to be so close that they're like, you know, banging into each other when they're trying to get out of their seat or like knocking each other's bins over. Then I replaced the book bins with the ones that I just bought at Walmart yesterday. I think it looks so cute. Over here, I ended up breaking those student math kits into groups of 4. There could be like a supply job or something where their job is to go get certain things that we need. So these will be in this little section. They fit perfectly. Obsessed. And then I ended up moving the social studies books over here that were in the library. That way all the social studies stuff is here together. We've got our book sets. So beautiful. The math cabinet is looking better. I'm gonna leave these here for now. I'm not quite ready to move them. I didn't quite get as much done as I wanted to, but I do have to leave. But having this open space now, it just feels like there's more room for possibilities. I don't feel as like scatterbrained because things have a place now. And even though everything is not like completely organized and figured out over here, in my brain, it is a lot more figured out. And I don't know if you guys watched my last vlog about going shopping, but they're gonna paint the classroom for me, yay! So I don't have to pay for the paint, I don't have to pay for someone to come do it, and they're gonna do like a really pretty blue color. In my shopping vlog, I was picking out paint samples, but one of my coworkers is also getting her room painted, so I just went with the one that she did. It's like a really pretty light blue. I think it's gonna be perfect. I will combine this with the next day I'm here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, friends, we're back day 5, I believe. I now have desks set up, or tables. We have these star-shaped tables that hold 5 kids. I don't know what my class numbers are yet, but I think it can go up to 34, 35. So I have it set up for 35 right now, but my coworker just told me the cool thing about these tables is that the sides do go together. So if I needed to maybe put like these 2 together and these 2 together to save a little bit of space if I don't have 35 kids, I can always do that. But I'm liking how it's looking so far. And then this is gonna be my little small group table. And then I just got more good news. The custodians are gonna clean my carpet for me. Yay! I was thinking about moving these cubbies up to the front of the classroom. I think they might be a little bit too tall, but I think that that would be a better flow. That way they're not all trying to smush against this table to get their stuff. And then it also might be kind of nice to have like a little ledge to put stuff on while I'm teaching. Like, I don't know if I needed to display something, or I have these cool like pop-up poster things. Where are they? I have some for writing and some for math. They're just like little table tents, and then I have these things that go inside of them, so I could set those up while I'm teaching and have something else to display, or like math manipulatives. I think it just might be too much of a flow issue having them over here, so we'll see. And then I'm trying to figure out flexible seating stuff right now and what I have space for. I'm gonna take the cover home off this and wash it tonight. I'm thinking about maybe putting it here. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna leave the gray chairs there. I just really don't know where else I would put them, unless maybe I put them over here as like a little end cap, like they can go here. This isn't gonna stay there. And then maybe this could be like a little calm corner because it'll be making like a little sectioned off space. I would love to have as much of this wall space open as possible. I just don't know if it would look weird when you walk in to have 2 big things like blocking off over there. I haven't decided yet if I am going to do this wall all one color and then put stuff on it. Like I was thinking maybe that like shiplappy better than paper, or I could do each panel is a different color of like fabric. What I was thinking is if I move those tall gray chairs, then each one of these like panels right here that you can see could be a different color of fabric, and that could be a really pretty wall. And then each of those different color fabrics could be like a different subject, a math section, a social studies section, a reading section, writing section, whatever. And I could put up different anchor charts or materials or different student samples. Or I was thinking if I do end up moving those cubbies, then I could make this whole wall over here a student work section to display like student writing, art, whatever. I have never had like specific bulletin boards like this where there was like one specific spot. I was thinking about maybe doing that shiplap paper on both of these bulletin boards because the walls are getting painted. So it's going to be like a really pretty light blue, almost like minty green looking color. It is going to brighten the space up, so I think I could just have paper on both of these. I was thinking about making like some paper flowers that could like go on the top, and then over here I could make like a big quote and put it above. And then I was thinking about maybe putting more student work on the cabinets. So maybe like this whole wall over here will be student work, and then this over here will all be like anchor chart, different things that the students can use. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about these. I think because there's just so much clutter everywhere that Nothing looks good yet, but this is a possibility. I tried putting them in the front first, but they're a little bit too tall, and I just thought they were a little too clunky. And then they're just a little bit too thick. It would be a little bit too far away from the whiteboard when I'm writing. So I could put them there. However, they're not going to be able to go flat because of these boxes. So I don't know if that would bother me. But there's an option, and I actually do like it better having it open over here. And then I could move this table over a little bit, and that would give me a little bit more room for the nugget right there. That's what that is. I took the covers off to wash them. And then I could put this little white shelf in front of the board right there, or I'm gonna end up moving this little small group cart on the other side of my table, I think. And then maybe that's where I could organize my materials for each day. I don't know, we'll see. My growing pile of stuff for the walls is gonna get ignored for now. I don't know, looking at it from this angle, I don't like how it's just like open space and then a ton of stuff. Even though some of that's not gonna be there, it just looks wonky, I think. Another idea, okay, we're thinking. What if I put the cubbies lined up here and then just moved all these tables over this way? That way it still could make like a little calm corner area, but it won't be as tall and noticeable when you walk in because the shelves aren't going to be as tall as the gray chair. And then it wouldn't look like clunky weird over here. Let me try that. Okay, here's what it looks like right now. Okay. Here's with these here, and now I'm going to move those. Okay, I just moved one so far and I don't like it. I don't think there's going to be enough space back here. I don't like that it makes this extra little gap here. I don't know. I do still have the one over there, so maybe I'll just leave one there. No, I feel like it's not the vibe. I don't know. What if I just put the one that's right there underneath this whiteboard? No, because I don't really want anything under the whiteboard because I want to be able to write on that as well. Y'all, am I just going to have to leave them over there? I think I might. I think I might just have to leave them in that corner. Yeah, I'm going to put them back. All right, now it's back to how it was. I don't know, you guys. I'm definitely going to need to get rid of some of this flexible seating stuff too. I think I'm going to donate the cushions, those yellow cushions. I was hoping to be able to use groups of 4 this year. I've been learning about Kagan Cooperative Learning on TikTok this summer, and I'm super excited to try it, but the way that I've seen it work best is with groups of 4, so I'm a little nervous about doing groups of 5. I don't want anyone to be too squished also. And then I think I'm gonna go shopping right now and see what I can find for stuff on the walls. That way the next time I'm here, maybe I can get this wall decked out. This is the fabric that I have so far. I have this like orangey color and then yellow. So taking a mental note of these,